Okay, so today's lesson is on social influence and the types and explanations of conformity. So what is social influence? Social influence is the way in which external social factors can alter our behaviour. Well, and we're going to be looking at conformity. Conformity is a type of social influence where we choose to go along with the majority influence, e.g. peer pressure or fashion trends. We can yield publicly or privately, so basically we can agree with it, we think that we agree with what's happening, or we tell everybody that we really like wearing those skinny jeans and we love them, or we just wear the skinny jeans because everyone else is doing so, and as soon as we get home we want to take them off. Okay, so I want to have a look at this video, a clip from Robert Williams, the Dead Poet Society, really demonstrating what we mean by conformity.
Okay, gentlemen, just take a stroll. There it is. Poetry is cold. Thank you, gentlemen. Have you noticed everyone started off with their own stride, their own pace? Fitz, taking his time. He will get there one day. Mr. Cameron, you can see him thinking, is this right? It might be right, it might be right. I know that. Maybe not, I don't know. Mr. Overstreet, driven by a deeper force. Yes. We know that. All right. Now, I didn't bring them up here to ridicule them. I brought them up here to illustrate the point of conformity, the difficulty in maintaining your own beliefs in the face of others. Now, those of you, I see the look in your eyes like, I would have walked differently. Well, ask yourselves why you were clapping. And we all have a great need for acceptance. But you must trust that your beliefs are unique, your own, even though others may think them odd or unpopular, even though the herd may go, that's bad. Robert Frost said, 2 roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. And I want you to find your own walk right now, your own way of striding, pacing, any direction, anything you want, whether it's proud, whether it's silly, anything. Gentlemen, the courtyard is yours. You don't have to perform. Just make it for yourself. Mr. Dalton, you'll be joining us. Exercising the right not to walk. Thank you, Mr. Dalton. Just illustrated the point.
What types of conformity are there? First, we're going to look at compliance. Well, compliance is when a person conforms publicly but continues to privately disagree. Quite a lot of you do this when a teacher tells you to do something, and you do it because you've been told to do it, but you don't really want to do it, and you disagree with what you're doing. It's the shallowest form of conformity. For example, a person might laugh at the joke that the others are laughing at while privately not finding it very funny. Next, we're going to look at identification. Identification is when a person conforms publicly as well as privately because they identify with the group and they feel a sense of group membership. So, for example, a football team or becoming an emo. The change of belief of the behaviour is often temporary, so people will actually change their identification depending on where they live. So, if you move towns, for example, you may change the type of football team that you actually like. Lastly, internalisation. Internalisation is when a person conforms publicly and privately because they've internalised and accepted the views of the group. This is the deepest form of conformity. An example of this would be a person may become a vegetarian after sharing a flat with a group of vegetarians at university and then continues to be a vegetarian after university. So those are the types of conformity. We're now going to look at the explanations of why people conform. There are 2 explanations. First off is informational influence. This refers to times when people conform because they are uncertain. They don't know the answer, so they basically just go along with what everybody else is doing. and they're looking to others for guidance, and they often worry that they might look stupid if they don't follow everybody else. This explanation tends to lead to internalisation as a type of conformity. Lastly, the other reason why we conform is normative influence. This refers to when somebody conforms orders to fit in with the group, to gain approval, to make people like them, or to avoid disapproval from the other group. This tends to lead to compliance and sometimes identification. People will join a group and wish to fit in with them, and eventually they will start to think like that group and look like that group, which is identification. This starts off by wanting to be like them, so normative influence.